Okay, so this is going to be a video series showing how to paint a guitar in the Zakk Wylde Rebel Flag finish. This is actually a project that I got from someone else. I'm going to just have to fix a few of the blemishes, and hopefully we'll end up with something killer at the end. If you want to see how this whole project turns out, hit the subscribe button, and if you have any tips or if you want to see anything in further detail, just leave a comment down below. Okay, for this what we're going to need is some sandpaper. I'm using DA paper. There's 800 and 400. A scuff pad and a razor blade. A DA with an interface pad. So I'm just going to take the razor blade and I'm going to go ahead and clean up the binding. You don't have to do this now, but it's just going to make it easier for me later on. I'm going to use my finger to gauge how much of the blade I need and line it up with the edge of the binding, and just lightly scraping off the excess paint. Then we're just going to continue this around the rest of the body, both sides of the binding. So the neck's really the same process. Just the frets kind of get in the way of your finger just a little bit. But what I really want you to see is right here where I'm dragging the razor blade down the edge. There's actually a built-up paint line from the last time it was painted, and I don't want to continue to keep building that edge, so I'm just lightly knocking it down. With the flat part of the razor blade just lightly grazing over top. This is really the same technique you can use to get rid of some small blemishes like some pieces of trash, or really runs in the finished product. So now I'm going to use the DA with some 400 grit sandpaper, and I took the interface pad off. As long as you keep it flat, the surface will stay flat. We're just going to look for a uniform matte finish across the whole thing. I'm not really worried about where it goes through the paint right here. There's plenty of wood sealer, and as long as you don't feel any wood grain, it's really not going to be a problem. Alright, so I put the interface pad back on because the neck's not a flat surface. I'm really just kind of roughing it up to make a good etch for the paint to stick to. Same with the top of the body because it has the arch top. Now I'm going to switch to 800, and this is really not cutting the paint down. We're just trying to get the 400 grit scratches out from the earlier sanding. And now we're going to take our scuff pad and we're going to hit any areas that the DA couldn't get to. Like in the cutaway and around the heel of the neck. So really just getting that overall matte finish all the way around. And right here I needed to tape it up, but I actually didn't have any of the tape I needed. I was going to use some blue fine line tape. So instead I went ahead and started to fill the holes for the tailpiece. Bridge goes isn't really that bad. I can just drill that hole out and make it bigger, but the holes for the end piece is actually too big. So I'm going to go ahead and fill those with some epoxy. And you could cut out a wedge and glue in there, but for what we're doing, this will work just fine. Alright, so with it being a two-part epoxy, you're going to want to purge the lines until both are coming out equally. And then mix up as much material as you think that you need. And I'm not particularly worried with the excess spill around the hole, because that'll all be cleaned up whenever we prep for this for the flag part of the painting. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time when we're putting down a little bit of the black paint.